Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New Strength Sugar Babes. We have a Sugar Babe, Carol, from Sydney. Now you said psychotherapist, hey?
Yeah, psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist, yeah. And she has two kids that are pretty grown up now, like I've just finished school. And how long have you been in the program now? It's been a while.
Since June.
Yeah, okay, so it's been quite a while, coming up 24 weeks. And you've done really well. You're awesome. Like, you've got a good energy and you're a big contributor to the group, which is great. You know, like you just come in and you've just done it. You know, like you've got your shit together as we were just saying. But anyway, I'll let you talk. But can you tell the viewers why you joined the program? So what were the issues that you were having and how were they affecting your life?
Okay. So, you know what got my attention was the metabolism change that program, promotes and advocates. And I went, wow, that has been such an issue since I was pregnant with Anna 18 years ago.
How old are you now, Carol?
You know, just not.
How old are you now? Are you 50, really? 50? Gee, you don't look it. Gee, you've aged well.
Thank you. Thanks. So, and I went, wow, that's kind of the one thing that would be amazing. And I almost to the point where I thought, oh, I just don't believe that it's really, really what are they? I don't think I eat too badly. However, the other thing that I liked that I was interested in was the Bubby, you need to turn it down a bit. Sorry. How was doing? Was the discipline around and the support around the training and not having to go to the gym all the time to do it. And I only realistically I could only ever get to 2 days anyway at a struggle. And it was, and then I bought this other program online. And it was really just a manual that I had to throw together with paper, and then I'd have to find the, the exercises, and it all just got too hard, and I just wanted to throw the pieces of paper everywhere, and so that was really frustrating. And then I found another female online who was a weight trainer, and she looked amazing, and I thought, oh, that's inspiring. I'll practice a program which I got for free for a while, and that was kind of at the beginning of the year and late last year. So all of that. My mind was really ready to embark on something and then literally your Facebook page came on and you started to talk about New Strength, and I went, oh, this sounds amazing. I certainly don't have I haven't had the experience, thankfully, of the dysregulated eating. That's kind of not my dysfunction. It's really my internal function, and I wanted the support and the PTs to improve my physique. And I really was, anxiety of menopause, which I haven't experienced any yet, touch wood. And I thought, if this can combat that, and all the voices in my head going, oh, you're going to get fat once you start getting menopause, and you got to be so careful, Carol, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going, oh, no, that can't happen. So I was on a bit of a mission to throw myself at that. And you know what's funny, though? I thought, 12 weeks, that's all I'll give it. And because it was a massive expense. And I thought, well, I have to give it everything that I can for this amount of money that I'm throwing at it. And so I did. And then 12 weeks came, and I went, sorry, go on, yeah.
Not to say, you worked with April, hey. You did our platinum program. You worked with one-on-one with our coach, April. Yeah, worked with April, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was great. And I remember my first 4 weeks was, oh my God, I haven't started anything properly. I can't get this lift right, So, and in any case, after 12 weeks, I really started to see a difference in my physique. My metabolism is still, is still a work in progress, and I've changed gone from less starch to back to a little bit of starch, and that's still a work in progress. And I think that I have a lot of genetics to combat with that as well. It's kind of with my parents. there's something there to consider and continue to talk about and look into. But really, metabolism, tone, all of those things that you talked about, and I guess a sustainable body management program. That, and you know what line got me? What line got me with you, which was so powerful, was me. You're free. You're free. You're free from worrying about what you eat. So I guess that I never, I was always very disciplined with what I ate, but I did believe that, no, I can't eat that and I can't eat that. So I was strict. I didn't restrict. I was strict with myself, and no, I won't have cake, or and that was a pain in the ass. So when I heard free and I can have sweets, even though I'm not a big sweet eater, but I do like to have, my family, my mum is a massive feeder. I've got a Croatian background. My parents are Croatian. And, she shows her love with food, and she always says, I've brought food and look what I've got, and why aren't you eating and have some more? And you haven't had enough, and are you sure? Doesn't look like you're eating, but you're losing too much weight, or you're going to lose too much weight. Like, she's so funny. She's adorable. She's beautiful. But it's nice to be able to have a bit of cake when I go to my mum's house and not stress about it. So that's all of that has really worked with the diet and the program. And oh my God, the planning and prepping has been a pain in the ass, but I have got used to it.
Yeah.
And I literally had to get to that point where I wanted to throw it all away. I don't want to do it. I wanted to quit. You should have seen the A4 page that I put together of pros and cons and should I go or should I stay kind of thing. All this justification.
But then you just got your shit together.
Have you met your...
You got your shit together and went, I've just got to do some food prep every week.
Just keep doing it. Just keep going. And it's got easier. Like, the last few weekends haven't been insane, and I haven't had to do this marathon cooking. And it's just getting into getting into a groove. And it's taken nearly 6 months, but it's worth it, actually. It's just worth it.
Well, it's like anything, right? You started a new job. You've been doing it 10 years. You don't become an expert at it overnight, and I think that's the keys that, like we talked about, is you've just got to fail forward, because like anything new that you learn, it's hard initially, and everyone says the same thing. Yeah. I think about when I first started in our business coaching group, learning all the Facebook marketing. Now it's just, I can set up funnels, I can launch Facebook ads. I don't even have to think about it. So, I think if you just put that work in initially, like you say, now you're coming out the back end for a lifetime of freedom, and, it's actually not that hard.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel that there are days where I know already how to proportion my meal if we're going out, or and I don't stress about that. I don't kind of worry too much. In the beginning, there's a lot of that anxiety about sticking to the macro numbers, and I can feel like I can let go a little bit of that and do some compensation,
absolutely,
in the course of the week.
The tracking just is done initially to teach and educate you. Yeah,
it is. And I still have a lot to read. Like, I'm still in and out of Kate Deering's book. Yeah. I save all of my lives because there are weeks where, because I finish work, like I said to you, Kitty, and it's a pretty full day. Like yesterday I saw 9 clients. That's insane. Oh,
wow. You'd be drained.
It's not normal, but I'm squeezing as many squeeze as many as I can. And then I come home, and then, the kids will want something, or, my focus is to give them my time and listen to them, and we talk about things, whether it's end of year is finished. But my other job came on board when I would get home. So on top of my other job, I would then, make time to go to my gym, which is in my garage, Kitty. That's the other thing that has changed my life. It's in my garage. It's pretty basic, but I can go in my Uggies. Like in the winter, I love it. So, what's his name? Jake was there going, I love the footwear, and I said, it's freezing in there. It's like -5 in my garage. Well, not really. It's not that common.
But why not? But that's good. You've set yourself up to succeed. You know, you got organised, and it's just you can just see you coming out.
Yeah, that was it. It was like we scored this almost full.
Oh my God, I have to go.
Homework gym and homework gym. Home gym. Okay, bye. Good luck. Okay. She's off to get a green peas, and she has lost track of the time. Go talk to Mark. Sorry, Kitty.
That's okay.
Sorry. So that really made a lot of difference. We managed to get a gym. Someone was selling on eBay, and they were selling so much gear for such a good price. So, so that made a really big difference. What else? Like I said, I'm still reading, a lot of the material intermittently based on, being realistic with the time that I have to give it. But
you know what? I'm still learning. I'm still learning, and it's 4 years later. So it's like, that's totally fine. You're not going to do everything. And I think slow and steady wins the race. It's good, and you feel free from the food restriction, and which is awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And now, Carol, some of the main objections that we get when women are thinking about doing the program, and I think you'd be pretty experienced in all of these, is one is time. They say, I'm too busy to invest time into, doing this and into myself, into this program. What would you say to that? Because you're pretty busy.
Yeah. You have to make the time. It's I love what Craig says. These are his words and yourself, and that is, we all have 24 hours in a day. So it's what you prioritize, and that's really, without having heard that in the beginning, it was just something that I had to do. I mean, you either commit to the program, you pay the money. That's an investment. You need to make time. So otherwise, sorry, I'm a bit distracted. There's quite a bit of noise going on in the background.
Can you give me my Medicare card, please?
My wallet is in my handbag. This is what it's like.
Oh, I bet the kids. Yeah.
So it's just talk to Mark, honey. I've lost my train.
That's all right. The time, so the time commitment. If a woman's saying that she doesn't have time.
Yeah. So it's well, how important is it to you? It's really that question. That how important is it to you? And then make adjustments and talk to your family about what it is that it's going to take. So you got to teach the people around you to support you, otherwise they won't. So we all teach people how to treat us. So if you're trying to quietly go about squeeze this in amongst a family that you're used to putting first, which is very much my thing too, you have to give yourself permission to make that time. You have to be able to say to yourself, I actually deserve this. I have a right. It's really important. And change your mindset about why it isn't that I have time. What am I putting before? And all of those things I've had to go through, and I've had to think about and reflect on and change my thinking. So it's really changed my thinking because I made the investment, and it wasn't, it was substantial. In a pretty difficult financial year for us, and I've thrown this into the mix as well, and it's like, far out, did I really need this? And I thought, well, there's never really going to be a good time, but hey, I'm just going to do it. And I persisted. So it's persistence and focus and priority, and really think about how much it means to you, and that you're deserving of that. There's a reason that there's a reason you're making this inquiry about joining the program.
Totally. And I think, and that leads on to the next question. And it's always money. And women think, well, should I invest this sort of money into myself? and you went for our platinum program, which is our most expensive program. Do you feel as though the money you've invested has been worth it? Like, do you feel like you've gotten value?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I had pretty much a personal trainer on tap. She wasn't with me physically, but I had support there from her. I could have used it more, but once again, it came down to time. And yeah, I probably didn't milk it for what I could have, just based on the my restrictions with time. But having said that, I really do think it's good value for money, given how much you do pay for a personal trainer usually to come in. And I learnt so much more. Like, the program is so comprehensive, and and it's just so supportive and comprehensive, and that's what you need to kind of factor into. And and paying the money motivated me hugely. So the 2,500, it was really, really worth it, because it really made me get off my ass and do the work and pay attention and immerse myself into it. So yeah, if it was less, if I did it to me, it would have been half-assed. So it was like, no, I'm all in, so I have to start like this. And did I know that I was going to go beyond 12 weeks? No, I didn't. And that's where I hit the skids. That's where I kind of went, I don't know, do I? So I went through all that backwards and forwards, just like, shut up and just keep going, and you'll figure out.
Well, I'm glad you didn't quit either.
And
I'm
we
glad
did.
You didn't quit. Yeah. Good work. Well done. Good work.
Yeah.
And lastly,
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. And lastly, some women are worried about doing it online. So how have you found it doing it online? The support, the systems, the structure?
Oh, yeah, fantastic, actually. It really suits, because it's portable, and I don't have to make appointments. It's all down to you. So you know what time all my stuff's here on my little wall here, everyone's Zoom number. It's and I've got my own gym in the garage, which is fantastic. So the online really didn't matter, because I was already looking at ideas online, because I'd had a personal trainer before. I've done the gym thing. I was a junkie. I didn't tell you that. I was a gym junkie in my early 20s, and I've did that from about 20 to 25, just before I got married, and I'm obsessed. And if there was some kind of dysfunction going on there, I'm for sure it wasn't healthy thinking. They didn't teach me anything, Kitty, about lifting. I just went in there and did all this lifting and heavy stuff. Did I get any instruction? No. So when I compare this to everything I've done before, which is quite a lot, it's kind of the bomb, in that you get instruction, education, and it's really helpful if you have that self-discipline too, because there's a lot of it that you have to take responsibility for and own, and you got to drive this bus. No one else is going to drive it, and you kind of prepare and lay out the foundation and the platform. It's all here. So get behind the wheel and
I love
drive
that
the fucking bus.
That's so good. That's so good. I'm gonna use that. And finally, Carol, if someone was sitting on the fence and they were skeptical, what advice would you give them?
What I did, really write down a pros and cons about your skepticism. What is it that you're worried about, scared about? What is kind of the pros and cons of should I do it or not? And write that list out, and then reach out and talk to the group, and have all those questions and concerns clarified. And I think that you'll get the answers that you need. Because at the end of the day, sure, you can quit, but there's a reason why you're ambivalent, because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about someone that's ambivalent, and there's good things for it and there's not good things. So it's just, again, procrastination and not really sure, and they're worried about change. So yeah, that is scary, but you know, these people here are going to hold your hand and they're going to help you through, and there's so many people that you can talk to. You know, it's a technical challenge too for some people, I think, as well. I didn't find that so bad. Lexi's unreal.
Oh, she's amazing.
In the beginning for me, I haven't needed her much lately. Yeah, and yeah, you just have to be patient, and again, time to make sure that you do download your videos and your training videos so they get looked at. So I've been consistent with that as well. But that's the thing. I would really be disciplined in making a list, pros and cons, you know, of why you might be undecided, why stay, why go, or if it's still a decision about doing it, yes or no, and talking with the people at the program, you know, or us, the other
women,
users.
and we've got lots of them now. But
women.
That was awesome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day, because I know you're busy. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and, you want to eat real food and feel good and, you know, take control back of your body and your health and your happiness, click on the link below and fill out the short application form. And like Carol said, get on the phone, have a chat to one of my coaches, and we'll just see where you are now and where you want to be and whether or not the program is actually a good fit for you. So thanks again, Carol. I really appreciate it, and have a great day, and I will see you in the program.
You're welcome.
Bye.